A very good day to Miss Ida and my fellow friends. Today I would like to tell a story entitled The Escape Man by C.T. Platt. Enjoy. The rain was falling heavily. It was like driving through a thick curtain of water. He eased off the accelerator a little. Had to be careful driving on wild nights like this. The last thing you want is to have an accident or breakdown. You just want to be at home on these stormy nights. The of the windscreen wipers was hypnotic. The rain sounded like white noise interference as it battered the car. Through the wash of the rain, he spotted a figure at the side of the road. The person wore a green parka and had his arm jerked out. Why on earth would anyone be hitchhiking tonight? Surely you would just stay put until the morning. They must have been in a rush to get where they are going. He signaled down and pulled over. The hitchhiker climbed in. He shut the door quickly, glad to be out of the rain. He pulled his hood back and sighed. He was somewhere in his mid-20s and had wild red hair and a thick beard. Awful night, eh? Said the driver. The hitchhiker held his gaze for a long moment. Drops of rainwater trickled down his face. Yes it is. The driver pulled out and continued through the storm. The hitcher glanced over his shoulders into the darkness behind him. The driver looked at him. You okay? The hitcher simply nodded. They drove on in silence for a while. The BBC radio phone-in blared from the car's speakers, filling in for conversation. Where you headed? Asked the driver. North. Are you traveling to visit friends? The driver couldn't tell if that was a yes or a no. He adjusted his tie nervously. The hitcher stared at him in his suit and tie. He seemed scruffy in comparison, dressed in his weathered green parka and a Pink Floyd t-shirt. Do you work around here? Asked the hitcher. Yes, said the driver. I will start late at the office. You know how it is. No, not really. Again, they drifted into silence. The talk radio show carried on as they drove through the wind and rain. The hitcher shifted in his seat and stared out the windscreen. No music? The hitcher asked. What? Is there no music we can listen to? I'm not really a music fan. I like the talk radio shows. The hitcher's eyes glazed over for a moment. I like listening to music. It calms me down. The driver said nothing. Several miles later, there was a news bulletin on the radio. The reporter tried to remain calm and professional as she read the announcement. We're getting reports that a man has escaped from a Manchester psychiatric institution. The man is said to be psychopathic and is said to have a history of murder. The hitcher jabbed a finger at a button on the radio panel. Teeny pop music blared out from the speakers. The driver stared at his passenger, his question unasked. I hate the news. It's so depressing. There's never any good news, is there? The driver did not speak. Don't worry, I'm probably not the killer, the hitcher said, fidgeting with his coat. No, said the driver. No, of course you're not. They drove on, listening to the crappy pop music and the overexcited radio DJs. The rain pounded on the car. What do you do for a living? Asked the driver. The hitcher was quiet for a moment. Then he grinned. I'm a writer. Really? How interesting. Have you anything published? No. As of yet, I am an undiscovered artist. Well, I'm sure you'll make it. What are you working on at the moment? A book. Yes. It's about a brutal serial killer. The driver did not speak. He flicked the talk radio station back on. A man was rambling on with himself about the change in days his trash bins were emptied. Where can I drop you? Asked the driver. The hitcher said nothing. When the driver glanced around, he found his passenger had his eyes closed. He was either asleep or feigning slumber. An hour later, the storm still raged. The hitcher looked out the window. The driver steered carefully in silence. Another news bulletin came on the radio. We're getting more information on the escaped patient. The killer's name is Simon Hughes. He escaped from the Green Pasture Institute early this evening. He is extremely dangerous and completely unpredictable. Hughes made his escape by changing from his hospital-issued uniform into a suit and tie and pretending to be one of the medical staff. He then stole a car and drove off. The hitcher turned to the driver. What did you say your name was? My name is Simon. The hitcher stared in shock. Simon grinned. The headlights of a passing car glinted off the knife blade in Simon's hand. Thank you for listening.